The task you have just completed captures the tendency of people to take on the perspective of others. There are indeed two ways of drawing a capital E on one's forehead. The first way is to draw the E from our own perspective, as if we were writing it on a piece of paper or reading it. The second way is to write the E in reverse. This way, writing the E is inverted from our own perspective, but allows others to easily read what we have written. Writing an inverse E is a manifestation of our tendency to display perspective taking. That is, the ability to see the world from another point of view than one's own. Perspective taking is a phenomenon that varies across individuals. That is, some individuals will naturally tend to adopt the other's perspective more than others. But perspective taking also varies across situations. People with a lot of power, for example, seem less prepared or less willing to practice perspective taking, in contrast to those in situations of low power. Perspective taking is in a way the opposite of social projection. Whereas in social projection, individuals start inferring information about others on the basis of their own characteristic, in perspective taking, negotiators step into the shoes of their counterparts and try to apprehend the situation from their point of view. Similar to social projection, perspective taking has both advantages and disadvantages. On the plus side, perspective taking increases the ability of detecting information needed to develop integrative solutions via log rolling. This increase in performance, however, only applies in cooperative contexts. When the objectives of the party are mutually exclusive, perspective taking does not improve performance. Worse, perhaps, when situations are clearly competitive, perspective taking, far from increasing cooperation, tends to increase the use of selfish and opportunistic behaviors. Why? Well, simply because, in this situation, individuals who take the perspective of their counterpart will conclude that the counterpart is necessarily pursuing selfish motivations. And faced with this negative inference, negotiators who have taken the perspective of their counterpart believe it is necessary to also engage in opportunistic and selfish behaviors. Negotiators thus become selfish as a reaction to counteract the presumed selfish tendencies of their opponent. Again, as with social projection, it would seem that perspective taking can be both beneficial and deleterious. It will benefit negotiators who act in cooperative frameworks because it facilitates log rolling. It will be detrimental to the negotiation process in competitive context because the egoistical inferences that result from it will, as a reaction, produce an increase in competitive behaviors and an escalation of the conflict process.